All right, we got a part 2 here. Had some good flakes here. And we need to run some here and a couple back this way and a couple in here. Really our main pass is gonna be here, and then it's all just minor work. Pretty much. I'm gonna preserve that platform. Go beside it. Okay. All the braiding work here. My braider is gonna set up my platforms. If it's too low, too high. My braider is the key. And I'm also looking down the point to see what strikes I'm gonna need to make. That needs to be lower, so I'm braiding more that way, not just in, but at a direct angle. This I'm eventually hit the opposite way. That's the one I was preserving. This one I'm gonna hit down. This one here. All right. Okay. Now let's set a couple of these up here. I actually want to start from the tip. I kind of want to hit back. I don't want to, I lowered the platform, or I lowered it beside this area, but right here, I might want to catch back and then hit into here. I do that because this is lower than this. I'm afraid it might gouge, so I want to hit up here. I know that's getting kind of complex there, Jake, but you know, just hit back. Now I can set up the next one, and it will be in line with the rest. See, so now it's pretty much in line where I want it to go. Perfect. Look at there. Perfect. Tip is exactly how I want it to be. I need to shoot one back this way, but for now we're working on this side only. Okay? This back side. Kind of see the percussion scars or the shadows of it like that, but we're working on this side. Again, we're gonna hit into here, but not right now. Now, I could hit this way, but I got kind of two edges there. You can see them, 1, 2. This one's more in line with the point, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. And not hit straight in, I'm gonna curve it back towards the tip. That way I still got my platform. And don't be afraid to abrade it a little bit. You don't abrade it so much that it crumbles away. Your platform is gone, but enough where it gets the job done. Perfect. And we met that. We're happy with that. Okay. And just hit here. Really, that's our big strike. I wanted to set up this one. Couldn't really do it with that in the way. So I got rid of it. So I could set up my 1, 2, 3. Technically that's a 4, especially when we clip that off. I call this sequential flaking, flaking in a row. Let's see, let me, yeah, right there. People call it different things. This is what I call it. Platforms in a sequence. That's all it is. Yeah, let me move down. Okay. Yeah, feathered it in. We're good. Again, this is all percussion work, and you know, I kind of want to drive in a little bit more. It'll be what it'll be. We're not here to get it ultra uber ridiculously thin. I will do that. There are a lot of points. That's what I'm going for, but not this one. I just want a nice point out of some coastal chert. That's all I want. I just want a nice, pretty looking, pretty flaked. Everybody likes a pretty flaked point. I certainly do. So we're going for a pretty flaked point. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. This would be a little bit wider. Well, maybe not. It's gonna. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, not quite. We're gonna have to catch it from this side somehow. 1, 2. I mean, it ran great. The platform just wasn't low enough. Had to catch that into here eventually. And once we get these 2 strikes off, or 1 strike off, 2 I think, that's when the real business starts. The fun begins. These are pretty low platforms. These should be fine. Shouldn't have too much issue here. Oh, geez. That's not great. Well, maybe the fun begins now. Trying to find a way to work around this here. Kind of cut down into it. Not the best platform, but it's something to hit. gives me something to hit. There we go. A little bit better. All right. Now we're just gonna go AWOL. Trying to find some good platforms, make it all pretty. And that's it. It's the fun part. Get a sip of sweet tea here. And I think we still got 7 inches. Yeah, little hair under, the 16th under 7. Yeah, now's the fun part. And I really do mean fun. I do enjoy this part here. This is where everything comes together. That's the plan, at least. I'm not saying it will. That's the hope. Now I do have a little hole here. 2 little holes. This one meets good. That's where that shell is. So. Hopefully we can blow through it. I don't know. Yeah, we went around it. I can probably pick that off, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not taking no risks. I'm not gonna hit into there again. I might feather into there, but I'm not hitting into it. It is what it is. It ain't bad. I might be able to catch it a little bit. See, it goes all the way through. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, right now we're just having some fun here. Now, when I get to the tip, I usually switch down a size in my boppers. This is the smallest bopper I got. This one I'm pressure flaking. I'm not taking no risks. Good flake. Good flake. And notice this is still thinning most of the time, but really it's meeting my flakes is my goal. To get rid of my low and high spots, you got to flake into here, and I want to try to make that look pretty. Dove in a little bit more than I wanted to, but it didn't gouge it out. That's what I definitely didn't want. So, here we go. I actually ran right over that shell. That's perfect. Like I said, this is the fun stage. You get to work out some of the kinks, you know. Shape up the blade how you want to. All the fun stuff. With a little bit of isolation work. Sometimes. Sometimes. Notice I'm working on flattening this out, making sure this side is good to go. And also slightly beveling to catch some of this low area. back side here. See, it's coming together. It took a while, but doggone if that ain't flaked really, really well. I just gotta catch it 3 more times and this side will be done. Except for maybe 1 or 2 here. And it sure is nice to work this material. I really have missed it. It's my favorite stuff to work by far. I mean, this and Flint River. This is the same material as Flint River. It's just not in Georgia, and it's not brown. But it's the same stuff. Works slightly different, but it's all coastal. Just like Georgia Jasper. I mean, it's just an opaque coastal chert. It works exactly like chert. It is chert. But there's sub-varieties of chert, as far as I'm aware. I mean, don't take that as doctrine or nothing, but Jasper is just the opaque chert of lower Georgia. It's got little chalcedony pockets on it, just like coastal does. Like this right here, Jasper. Then you got all this purpley white stuff. That's all just the kind of outer cortex portion. Do I have another piece of it? Yeah, here's some. That's not necessarily chalcedony though, but it's just a type of chert. That's all it is. It's just chert. And I said I need to hit these platforms here. And notice what this sequential flaking does. It sets these up really, really nicely. That way you don't have to work on it too bad when you're dwindling your point down. Or too hard. This is a little bit of a thicker area here. Yeah, we did good. We did it! Yay! It's such a random thought, but I thought about when I was a kid, I watched all those Dora shows. And she said something Spanish like, "Yami Sina" or something. We did it. That's so random. I'm sorry, y'all. She said something in Spanish. Y'all correct me, I know. I appreciate y'all. Notice this is just my smallest bopper here. Love this thing. Yeah, we're getting pretty sporty here. Sporty means good. Or pretty good. I don't know exactly what I want to make. I mean, could just make a blade. Like I said, I love this part. Everything just comes natural to me. It's funny, that was right over that that shell. That shell has been plenty to work with throughout this piece. Real funny. Now, this is the worst part of the piece here. Thickest part. Oh no. Don't do me wrong now. There we go. Now we're cooking with some grease. Not super thrilled about that right there. And I want to be thrilled with this point. I want to be thrilled with it. I want it to be my best. Yeah, you know what? I'll set it up. I might as well. I mean, what am I doing? I'm hoping and I'm praying. I might as well just say, hey, this is the ridge you're gonna follow, son. So here we go. And this still might not work, but because it's so low, this might not work great at all. Yeah, it's not gonna be what I want, but it'll be fine. Not terrible. Not terrible. Shoot some up here. At this point, probably just gonna switch to pressure. I mean, I might as well. Might as well. Could have done some indirect work on this, but I was already in the percussion mood. Now, it would make a big, long Clovis. But do I want to make a Clovis out of this? No, probably not. Don't want to risk it. Already gone this far. Don't want to risk it. okay. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. Whatever it is. Sharpen this. Really, this whole piece is kind of small. Copper piece. Alright, got a decent little tip here. And we're gonna braid. Now, thinking back, you know, I could have done some indirect, but with some of these little shells, you know, I don't know if that would have been the best idea. To get it really thin and then just so I can catch a big old hinge. So I'm kind of glad I didn't do that. Go ahead and braid the base too. Might as well. Now some of these I'll be driving in. Other ones I won't be. Just depends on the platform, how high up it is. Okay, switch around. Oh man, that dove right into that. Little fossil. Pete, quit that, Bo. All right, so we got some flaking on both sides. I'm gonna switch and do the other side. So here. Okay, here's the other side. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, it's just a lot of chatter. A lot of little fossil holes and stuff like that catching us up. Not too big of an issue, but it's not super wonderful either. Might make a big old Bolen, that would be cool. Keep that fossil in there, that'd be sick. Let's see here. It'd take a lot of edge work, but if this is a point that I plan on keeping, it might be worth it. You know, I could just tidy the edge and it'll be done, but you don't get a piece like this every day. I might actually do that. You know, it was cool getting the percussion scars to get it kind of flat on both sides, but I think a big Bolen would be cool, because a lot of these, there's some high rises, it's not perfect. I like the idea of a Bolen, I do. So that's probably what I'll do. So let's do it. I made a Bolen Bevel out of Tallahassee the other day. Everybody seemed to really love it. So which side do I want the bevel to be on? That's gonna bother me. All right. Now, I know a lot of y'all are crying, you know, like, oh no, why is he doing this? He could have made whatever. Well, hey, I mean, I'm the creator here. Don't get too mad at me. Now, this isn't the bevel that I'm going for. You'll see what I'm trying to do here in a minute. Coming up on that shell. This is just the preform to the bevel. Again, you'll see what I mean soon. Let me start at the tip here. And this also shapes up the piece for me. And I also like to make mine serrated. And draw it in a little more. So hopefully you'll get to see all that process here momentarily. There's a method to my madness, I promise. And I'll prove it to you here in a second, because I'm gonna go get my other point I made that I didn't do on video. And I'll prove to you that there's something worth worth it to doing it this way. All right, so I'm gonna do a part 3. Part 3, I'm gonna finish this joker up, hopefully. But I want you to see what I'm working with here in part 2, and I'm gonna get a good example of one I just made. Here in a little bit. All right, so this is what I'm left with. Kind of a Cobb's blade looking thing. All right, that's what I'm left with. And you'll see a method to my madness here in a minute. All right, I'll be back.